We are preparing to go hunting with my Native American friend who's like a brother, Al Moran.
First deer sightings. We see some deer down here.
I've shot a 30-30, a 7mm Remington mag, but I've really settled down on my 270 Weatherby ultralight Magnum.
Well, let's see how it did. That's pretty high. Shoot again.
First thing you gotta do is sight in the rifle.
Well, that's pretty bad shooting, but I was closer to the target. Looks like I need to go a couple clicks right. Okay, we'll go a little more right and another notch down. Okay, I moved it a click and a half to the right, so I'm shooting pretty good now. That was my first shot in about 4 years, so I was a little errant, that first one, but now it's looking pretty good. Okay, fourth shot. Jeez, I shouldn't have showed you that one. That's not what we want. There, I turned my scope up to 9 power. That felt about right. Well, at least it was an accurate shot. You still got to go a hair right. Any of these would have killed a deer at a couple hundred yards, but sometimes I go out to 400, so I got to be accurate. Okay, that's looking better. I may have gone just a hair too much to the right, but that's looking pretty good. I should be about 1.5 inches over at this distance. Okay, let's give her one more shot. Well, I'm about right on the left to right, and you want it about 1.5 inches high. I was a little higher than I should be, but that could have been me. So where I want to be shooting is about right there. So I'm pretty dang close. Beautiful moon tonight.
Know all the cops.
As we come into this little town at 1 a.m. From a distance, I said, looks like some Christmas lights. Well, we're over here north of Malta hunting. It's my longtime friend and hunting partner, Al Moran, who knows this country like the back of his hand. Al, would you mind telling me about that time you and Debbie saw the Bigfoot, or Debbie saw it and you went tracking it?
Yeah, we were over in Columbia Falls at Middle Lakes Golf Course. We were golfing and I'm taking a shot and Debbie hollers at me and says, "Hey, look!" And I get up, I didn't get to see him, I just seen the back. There was this big thing walking across the golf course, upright, swinging his arms.
You didn't get a glimpse of it?
I didn't get a really good glimpse of it. It dropped right down the creek as soon as I seen it. I just seen kind of the top half of it as he dropped down that creek. And I went over later and I found those big tracks back down in there.
How much later?
Oh, probably about 20 minutes later.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I had to make my shot with my golfing.
And about how long were the tracks?
Oh, they were probably 18 inches or a little bit more. They were pretty good size.
Wow, that's really good size. Did Debbie say how tall it was?
No, she didn't say how tall it was. She was still kind of amazed at what she seen.
Yeah. Last time you told me it, you said that there was still a little mud rising from the track.
Yeah.
The freshness of it.
Yeah, it was pretty fresh.
Wow. How close from the lodge, the Meadow Lake Lodge there?
Oh, it was back on one of the back courses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Back stretch.
There was not all that stuff back there. Not much of a lodge there.
Yeah.
Back in those days, it was only a 9-hole course.
Oh, okay. You know, Al, that's when I first started taking this seriously, is when you told me you saw that, because I kind of thought it was a hoax. And in all my hunting and hiking, I'd never seen one or never seen a track, so I wasn't much of a believer, but I knew that you wouldn't make something up. I didn't know you even golfed.
Yeah, we did for quite a while.
Well, it's early morning and we're hunting near Malta, Montana. Hal grew up hunting to survive on the reservation, killing deer at any time of year, and he's a real professional at getting in these places, and we appreciate him taking us.
Stand right there and look at us. We're gonna chase him a little bit.
Careful, there are Indians coming. Esther's trying to find us a big one.
Horns.
There's our first deer sightings.
I knew we'd see some deer down here.
He's keeping a sharp lookout for the deer.
You know they're safe there.
No one's trying to hide. Yeah, it's kind of risky then. Well, it's sure a good thing I got this rab lifted 4 inches or we'd never be making it through here. I heard you. This particular buck I was hunting with Al. It's got a pretty decent spread, as you can see. Kind of spotted it and pointed it out to me. And I put the sneak on it and I crawled on my belly, probably about 200 yards, and shot it at about 360 yards. And it was on a cliff in the sun, and it tumbled down from the cliff, clear down to the bottom. I thought, Al, how are we ever gonna get it out? He said, don't worry, I got a 1/4 mile of rope. So he hitched it up with a 1/4 mile of rope, and me and my son Josiah went down there, and he started pulling it up, and we'd have it hanging on that cliff, and then the rope would snap, and I'd hold the deer on like crazy. Okay, Josiah, go tie it up, or else Josiah'd hold it, and the rope snapped about 4 times before we finally got it up, but we pulled it up from the cliff. Sal's, what do you call it, a moniker?
Monitor.
A what?
My monitor.
Manitou.
A spirit animal.
It's 10:53 and here's a roundup pen. It's kind of cool. We've seen a ton of coyotes and 0 deer, except for early this morning. Well, I am hunting a coulee. we are all a little perplexed because we've covered a lot of territory nonstop since 6:30 till 3:30, and with the guy that knows where they're at, and we didn't see hardly anything. I think the likelihood of us seeing a Bigfoot is better than us seeing a deer. This train must be over a mile long, and it's just wheat. They are putting wheat in it right there. Some of these towns out here feel as though they're the same era as when the Great Northern Railroad first came. They still look about 100 years old. Here is the meth bank, and it says, "Meth will leave you empty, lonely, and senseless. Invest wisely." Here's a equipment and truck repair place. And for all you ladies out there, this is the Glitz and Glamour Salon and Boutique. And here, my friends, is the trading post. The vehicle is just a tad dirty after Wild Man Moran took us in the craziest spots imaginable. It was a kind of quick trip where we drove most of the night last night, and my comrades are pretty tired. The trains in this neck of the woods are just a mile long. When waiting for my wife, this is what I sometimes feel like doing. This is what I feel like doing, but I actually don't do it. The vehicle's just a little dirty after our great hunting trip. This is kind of amazing. There's a beautiful rainbow in the clouds that's been there for about 10 minutes.